Let's now tell you why the sudden love for Sitaram Kesri, why it has just emerged on the eve of Bihar elections, and why all of this ties into the backward politics that is dominating Bihar elections. First and foremost, tributes have been given to Sitaram Kesri on his 25th death anniversary. It was in 2000 that Sitaram Kesri had passed away. After 2 years before that, when he was unceremoniously ousted from the Congress party. Let's move ahead and tell you what really happened today and why it is so significant, but also why it's driving so much of criticism. Rahul Gandhi led the tributes to the late Congress leader when it was, his mother who was brought in as the Congress party president in 1998, and it was Sitaram Kesri who was unceremoniously ousted. He was the president from 1996 to 1998. He was removed unceremoniously. There were accounts that suggested that maybe his dhoti was also pulled out. There was a lot of shoving and pushing that happened that time when he was asked to leave, and all those accounts really made for some very sour memories for Sitaram Kesri, who felt that this was insult that should not have been given to anybody, let alone someone who was leading the Congress party. In 1998, Congress accused of humiliating Sitaram Kesri because of these accounts that happened. As I said, dhoti being one of them. Second, there was a lot of Congress workers who actually shoved and pushed and manhandled Sitaram Kesri, and there were some very serious charges that were leveled on him, that he was part of the coterie that did not want Sonia Gandhi, and hence it was the ire of Congress workers that was unleashed on Sitaram Kesri. He was removed. Sonia Gandhi took over as Congress chief, but that memory, that entire episode actually left a huge sour memory as far as Sitaram Kesri is concerned. There were some eyewitnesses which also suggested that he was locked in the bathroom. As I said, some people pulling his dhoti, others actually saying that he was locked in the bathroom. Some said that there was physical manhandling of pushing and shoving, all of it for someone who was of a ripe age. So all this just tells you how he was insulted, humiliated, and completely set aside, despite being someone who was the architect of the Mandal politics. And I'm going to tell you why it is said that Sitaram Kesri plays such an important role as far as Bihar's caste politics is concerned. Post-ouster, Sitaram Kesri maintained a low profile. He was there only for about, he had 2 years after he was ousted, when he kept a very low profile. He did not interact much, and he was pretty much out of politics completely. But now, move ahead, 25 years later, suddenly Sitaram Kesri is so important for the Congress party. And all these are accounts by people from the Congress. They were all Congress workers who saw what happened to Sitaram Kesri, who is now a big OBC leader. And it was he who was the minister in P.V. Narasimha Rao's government who implemented the Mandal Commission's recommendations, and which is why he had a very strong legacy, playing an important role as far as the caste arithmetic is concerned. Let's get it. My colleague Prabhakar joining us live on the broadcast for more on this. Prabhakar, it's been a day of backward politics, hasn't it, as far as Bihar is concerned? Caste plays a very important role in the overall arithmetic in Bihar. But today is just about backward politics, isn't it? You have Karpuri Thakur on one end, and of course Rahul Gandhi and the Congress ecosystem remembering Sitaram Kesri.
Yeah, caste happens to be the reality in Bihar, and especially during the election time, that comes to the forefront. That's the reason why you saw Prime Minister Narendra Modi today actually starting his maiden rally from Karpuri Gram, which happens to be the birthplace of Karpuri Thakur. Remember, Karpuri Thakur happens to be the mascot as far as the backward politics in Bihar is concerned, and he was from an extremely EBC class, which is extremely backward class. And this is a very crucial vote chunk as far as Bihar vote election is concerned. They constitute around 35% of the voters out here. And they are traditionally seen to be voting with NDA. Now what India Alliance is doing is trying to dent into this crucial vote bank by declaring this VIP party president actually as a candidate for Deputy Chief Minister. Mukesh Sahni was declared a Deputy Chief Minister candidate if India Alliance is voted to power. So that was seen as an effort actually to dent into the traditionally NDA supported EBC vote bank. And in counter to that, today Prime Minister actually spoke at length, not only at the Karpuri Gram, but also he attacked Congress on the Sitaram Kesri issue. Sitaram Kesri was a stalwart Congress leader, had been a union Union Minister. He was once a Congress National President as well. But since his demise, this is the first time actually Congress is seen actually paying obituary to Sitaram Kesri. So Bihar election is the reason why you are seeing this optics actually playing not only in Delhi at the Congress headquarters but also in the battlefield Bihar.
Absolutely.